What did I say? Oi, you must be off your tits, mate.
Oh, piss off.
What'd you say?
I said, oh, piss off.
Oh, bugger. Hello and welcome back to Uncommon Sense, the most uncommon place on the internet where we question everything and learn together.
That's right. Who do we have? We have Uncle Butch in the studio, plus
Billy the Kid.
that's right.
Don't ask me how I got that name.
It's a long story.
It's classified information. You think I'm joking? I get in trouble for this.
Oh,
Suspended. Keep my badge taken away.
yeah, no, don't sell the story. Don't do it.
Oh no.
Don't do it. We've got one
I
track
almost choked on that
against
lie.
us. But I have to admit, I really like your shirt today.
I am most definitely not an official of any kind.
Yes.
I'm even an unofficial YouTuber.
Let's see if
What's
we can
your
get,
shirt?
Let's see if we can get what the shirt says here.
If you're not on the video podcast, you should be, because I probably shouldn't. Probably just, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. Probably shouldn't. What about you? What does your shirt look like?
Oh man, my shirt. Nobody wants to see this big belly. I can't even stand up in those. This is what my shirt looks like.
You trip?
As I trip.
Huh.
Huh.
That's weird. How did that happen?
Yeah. It's almost like we coordinated our
Almost
wardrobe
like
today.
someone planned this. Actually, it wasn't us, though. Believe it or not. We were forced to wear them.
We were not forced to wear these shirts. Not in the least.
Were we not? Were we not?
They were a very considerate gift.
I had to work for it.
Yeah.
Cut some grass. Now I got a grassy ass.
Oh, thank
You're
you very
lame.
much too. I speak a little, little bueno Spanish there, yeah.
Right. Nice.
No. For those in our Spanish-speaking community, ¿dónde está?
What if we do have any Spanish speaking community? Doesn't really make a difference.
Ah, you never
Do
know.
we have the same ideals? Or the, at least the root of it all?
You know, I bet you.
Doesn't really count.
I'll bet you dollars to donuts that they're more Hispanic.
Dollars? And
Dollars
donuts?
to donuts. You put up
I
donuts,
like
I'll put up
donuts.
dollars. I'll bet you there's more Hispanic conservatives out there than the media wants you to believe in.
Oh, yes, most definitely. They're probably one of the biggest groups of conservatives, actually, if you were to go percentage-wise,
Right.
and actually, like, boil it down to their real true ideals and beliefs.
Yep.
There's a lot of them that are figuring out they're more conservative than they were told
Yeah.
they were. Or led to believe they were.
Right. They were led. I bet a good portion of them probably.
It's not their fault.
A good portion of them probably voted Democrat, believing that there's a Democrats to help them to obtain citizenship or
And then
be a part of our community. And it's those people. I say people. I'm not going to identify them as Hispanics or whatever.
persons.
Those are people.
We are all persons.
Those people came to America in search of what's known as the American dream.
Mm-hmm. Them or their
Life,
ancestors.
liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
Amen.
That if you work hard,
So we're praying.
you earn more and you get to keep more of your earnings. That's what they believed in. Now they're learning through taxation without representation. Yeah,
That so much so that they're ready to throw the tea in the harbor.
that's right.
Figuratively speaking, of course.
Yeah, metaphorically.
Love metaphors. I was good in English class. Actually, my great grandmother was an English teacher,
Oh yeah, that's right.
and her grammar strictness rubbed off on my dad, and he was like, "That is incorrect. Gots is not a word."
Well, it was like when I was younger, we always learned that ain't a word.
Now it's in the dictionary. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's the way you say it, you know. Hey, are you going there?
It's
Are
only
you going to the party yet?
it's only loud if you say it in the right accent.
Hour.
But you know what I mean?
Right.
In it?
Brought to you by Rednecks in a Shed.
Near you. Oh.
You know, there's more of us than people believe.
What, rednecks?
No. Not just rednecks in a shed. I'm talking about people who believe in America.
Red-blooded Americans.
That's right.
Yee-hoo!
Yeah. But a lot of people.
What, we should all start practicing
A lot
that.
of people don't want to for a long time.
Denial. It's an awful
Denial.
thing.
Yeah.
It's another one of those things we have to work through
It's one of those
at our own pace.
ego things. It's pride. You know. That they were
You say I have an ego?
That lie
What's
for
your
so
problem,
long.
mate?
Yeah, who knows?
He's just trying to stall trouble today, young.
Oh, God. Oh, come on now. We're going to do the Rednecks in a Shed. We got to do something important here. Something that we started with. You know what I'm talking about.
It wasn't me. I brought my own this time.
Dang it, Billy. Give me back my liquor.
John. John. You remember how you got this bandage, John? Remember that?
Right. That's right.
Poor John.
Poor John.
He's all beat up right now. You know, he got a little too drunk.
And speaking
don't
of
do that.
John is the friend of a very good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And his father just recently had surgery, and you know we wish him nothing but the best. And
You know you are a big guy.
yeah, you know who you are.
He's like, don't look at me like that. It's weird. Sorry.
Just no.
Back in your corner, Billy. Okay.
No, and I want to give a big shout out because we did a recent thing on the family unit
I'm silencing our phones.
and silencing our phones.
I don't think I silenced mine either after that. But anyway,
Anyway,
family.
so we did family unit, and it wasn't for the support of this person's family. You know, he would probably have a rougher time recovering than what he is. So my hat's off to her, and best wishes to him for a speedy recovery. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Sorry, I was distracted. I apologize. But yes,
Yes.
shout outs and stuff.
Yes.
Yes.
Indubitably.
Indubitably. And
So
I
what
shall
are we-
pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today.
So what are we talking about today? Well,
Same thing we talk about every day, Bush.
yeah, taking over the world.
How to take back the world. We need to change it to that.
Yeah, how to take back the world. Because
overlords be damned.
that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
No.
As I cheers myself.
Alright.
Just coffee, though, I promise. This one is.
This time. Nah, not just
This time.
coffee. Come on. What
No.
type of coffee is that?
Oh. Actually, I just pulled out of the grab bag this time.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh,
And
no.
guess what I got?
What'd you get?
Caramel macchiato. Oh, my store. I like it, the caramel.
Macchiato. We need to look up that word. We need to find a translation for the word macchiato. What does macchiato really mean? Does it mean like
I can't remember.
dung or?
It's no, it has to do with something.
I mean,
Something Italian.
They have that one type of coffee that's so rare that
Cafe.
it's made from like some kind of dog poop or camel poop or something like that. Yeah, and it's roasted, and it's along with the coffee beans that the animal eats.
Oh yeah, I've heard about that.
So and the beans don't digest well in their trash.
That's right. There's dirt and
Yeah.
poop and whatever in our coffee now, anyway.
Oh yeah.
Unless you get real beans and grind it yourself.
Yeah.
Your coffee's like everything I just drank was like dirt. Drinking dirt. But it's caramel flavored.
It's caramel.
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 You know, I'm gonna start saying it like caramel.
Oh no. Oh no, not that.
I want a caramel bagel, please. Please don't. Please don't.
Oh, I see we have one other person watching for that.
Oh,
person
geez,
watching.
they're here for all the lame
geez.
jokes.
Yeah, they're here for the lame jokes.
Hats off to you, mate.
And
You
if
must
you
be
stay
all
to the end, you might see something rather amusing. We might actually show it beforehand. That video I showed you earlier today.
Oh, yeah, we could show that. Hey, I just noticed we're on even. Oh, no, we're not.
No, we're on there. We're good.
Looks uneven. I don't like it.
You're a perfectionist. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring up that video.
I mean, I guess. Let me go to the page really quick.
You closed it out, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
And now I got to send it to you again. Alright, give me a moment, I'll send it to you.
Sending. Do. Dun. I think he's texting me a novel.
Yeah, I'm texting a novel. I just got a request from a viewer. So, there it is. There we go. I'm going to send it to you.
Let me try to switch back to me.
Right.
Hola, senor.
Did you find it? Oh, there
I am
it is.
finding it now.
All
There's
right.
another one in there too. I haven't even checked out yet. Where'd it go?
All right.
Pardon.
So this video got forwarded to us from an avid viewer, subscriber, and follower, and
this one here?
I thank you.
Yes.
This one, yeah.
Okay.
So let's see if we can bring that one up. Pause it.
Working on it, bro.
All right. All right.
Where am I going? Here, over here.
Oh, there we go. This is the video that was sent to me, and I thought it was rather honest, and it's a valid descriptor of society today.
What is it?
Are you trying to resize that window, or are you trying to resize the other window?
I was trying to make it so they could see
Oh, okay.
this one a little bit better.
All right.
Okay.
There we go.
A little bit anyway.
There we go.
Alright, the main thing is hearing it, so.
Yes.
Alright, we ready for this? Dun, 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 dun.
Here we go.
Should someone have a government issue ID to be allowed to vote?
No, I think like it's a right that we should all be served, and like to have to go through the process of like getting an ID for that. I don't think it's necessary. If you're a U.S. citizen, then I think that's already like enough qualification for it.
How do we know?
Okay.
All right. Now, I agree with her. If you're a U.S. citizen, that should qualify you to be able to vote.
Agreed. But wait for it.
Wait for it.
I would assume that like you have to prove some sort of identification.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah?
You mean like an ID? That's what ID stand identify.
Should someone have a government issue ID to be allowed to vote?
No, I think like it's a right that we should all be served, and like to have to go through the process of like getting an ID for that. I don't think it's necessary. If you're a U.S. citizen, then I think that's already like enough qualification for it.
How do we know if someone is a citizen or not?
I would assume that like you have to prove some sort of identification.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so I am. Yeah, I kind of screwed it up a little bit. Still
Yeah.
getting used to this whole mute and unmute thing I just set up.
The
Whoops.
layout,
About that.
control layout. So,
Whoops.
I agree with her. Yeah. In order to prove that you're a U.S. citizen, you should show some form of identification.
Right.
But she doesn't believe that ID should be required.
Which tells us she doesn't even know what ID stands for.
That's right. I wonder what they're. I kind of wonder. Makes you wonder.
What do they
Well-
think ID stands for?
Yeah. Intravenous drugs. I don't know. Makes you wonder.
Anyway,
Questions to be asked. Let's question everything they're together.
indeed. They need to learn some. They should watch our channel. But, watch and comment at your own
Here we
risk.
go. We have a comment on here, and I agree with him. I couldn't remember what it was from, but he is 100% correct. The coffee is from beans that are pooped out from an Indonesian civet.
Yeah. I've read about that.
Yes.
Indeed. Indubitably.
I knew it was some kind of animal. I just
Hey,
couldn't remember.
speaking of
what it
animal
was.
poop,
Oh.
did you know that
Yeah.
wombats poop cubes?
Hmm.
Did you know that? It's weird, right?
Heard this joke in 4th grade. I remember it for the rest of my life. It's so funny. And I feel compelled to share.
We're in trouble.
Yes.
Is this safe for YouTube?
Maybe not.
Those are the best. I'm just kidding.
Why are poops tapered?
So you gotta pinch it off, I guess. I don't know.
So your rear end don't slam shut.
Very nice.
Safe for YouTube. I'll let you know. I'll let you guess the other version of it. But that's safe for
Oh.
YouTube.
I forgot to change the picture for today.
Oh,
Wonder if they can change that while we're live.
be able to.
We're gonna find out.
All we have to do is just keep talking like we're not what's going on.
What is going on.
What's going on?
I don't know. I know I'm not
I do not know what is happening.
I see, there it is.
There it is.
There she blows, mate.
Alright. I know her and her sister
Gross.
and their mom.
You would. You sick twisted.
Wow. No, everyone has fetishes.
Keep it family friendly.
I was keeping it family friendly.
Billy, you're not family friendly. Oh. I mean, you're probably not wrong.
Some of these questions, though, I mean, I have so many questions about what's going on in the world today, and I'm trying to get them all arranged.
But to be
and
fair,
out there.
You also have questions about your mental state, so, you know.
Right, that's true.
Don't we all? Wait. I'm perfectly sane. Are you, though? Are you really? Come on, reload the page. Go like this. Like that.
And I want to give a shout
It'll be
out
fun.
because I know that my daughter's going to be watching, so a shout out to my daughter and our grandson.
Okay, what was the other thing I was going to go over? Oh,
We were going to go over this.
let us discuss this here, shall
Yes, we have to discuss this because it's in the news. People are talking about it. People are getting it all misconstrued. But they never go back to the beginning of the story. They just want to know what's the latest.
Mm-hmm. What's the latest news?
Right.
And then they hear a bunch of gobbledygook and they don't even really understand it. And they're just like, well, the news guy said blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And it's dangerous to our democracy.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. Oh, I think I told you about it, but I'll tell our viewers about that post. It was on Facebook from some page called, like, Weird History or something.
something like that. Right.
And this little article they had on there or whatever was 11 anti-democracy quotes from our founding fathers. Okay. And was my first thought.
Mm.
So I put a comment on there that, well, that's because they didn't want a democracy.
Right. That's why they created a constitutional
That is not-
republic.
That is not anywhere in our document, our founding documents. It's not in the original Constitution,
It's not in the Articles
It's
of
not in the-
Confederation.
no. and it's not in the Declaration of Independence.
And it's not in any state constitution.
And yes, many of them spoke negatively of democracy because they knew that it was a failed system.
That's right.
So,
At that time, these were people that are well educated. They had to know history.
and they knew that democracy only led to the oligarchy that they were fighting against.
Right. But now, so many people are rushing
There are
that
so many flaws.
democracy back.
Yeah.
Or not back, but our constitutional republic turned into a democracy.
Yeah.
And we're not a democracy people. We've never been. The only way we're going to be turned
I just
into
did
it
it on camera, but I'm okay.
is for you to force it upon us.
It's Saturday.
And we're not going to allow it. Americans are going to stand up.
There's too many of us that
Yeah,
still have brains.
yeah.
What they're counting on, I
too
think,
many
is
of us that paid attention in history.
all those little divisions. They're counting on that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the true-hearted Americans, when it comes down to it,
Right.
we will ultimately unite, because petty differences means nothing compared to freedom.
Right.
Our founding fathers understood that.
Yeah.
The question is, can enough of us today? I mean, I think so. I hope so.
Yeah.
I think we need more hope. I think we need more hope in each other. And
I hate to say this. This is something that really gets me going and makes me question some people's intellect, and that's the fact of they'll say,
what?
I'll say something along the lines of, what about freedom? What they'll say, why is America so great? And I'll say, what about freedom? Every country has a certain level of freedom, but we have more freedom to prosper without being cast as a lowly working class, only meant for the higher ups. No.
Sorry. That was actually an accident.
So they say, well,
Maybe I should have let it play.
what kind of freedoms do people have if we don't have the right to have an abortion? Well, first of all,
What does that have to do with the price of
they
tea in
don't.
China?
They don't have that right.
Or the price of tea that's in the harbor? That has nothing to do with the price of tea
Right.
that's in the harbor.
They don't have that right to have an abortion. Nowhere in the Constitution does it say you have the right to have an abortion.
It says they have a right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And guess who else has a right to life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness?
Unborn children.
Baby.
The baby.
I'm
Because
so tired of hearing people call it a fetus anymore.
Or-
I know
yeah,
that is the
they're
scientific word for it. Fetus,
Right.
embryo, so on and so forth.
right.
But it's diminished. The overuse of that is diminishing what it actually is.
Yes,
which
it
is a human baby.
Yes, it is. And you know what that baby's gonna be? I'll tell you this one. That baby's gonna be either male or female. Yeah.
That's it.
Right now,
It can't be like a non-binary.
now. I didn't say man or woman. I said male or female. And if you actually want to go man or woman, you better look up the definition of what woman means. It means of man.
Mm-hmm.
Goes way, way back. So, I'm just saying. Anyway, and they say they don't have that freedom or that right. Well, no, or in the Constitution doesn't give them that right.
Nope.
You know,
Actually, it gives a baby
that
more
they
rights
want to argue
than it does
stuff
anything
that
about
they-
abortion.
they were taught that they have a right to. No, you don't have a right to this. You don't have a right to that.
Well, also, I think it goes along with they don't understand the actual,
Bill of Rights.
and they don't understand the meaning of the word liberty.
Yeah, they don't. And they
Freedom
mis-
with self-discipline. For those who don't know, liberty is defined as freedom with self-discipline.
Right.
What does this country lack in our youth? Oh, like the video from Twitter. That kid was like trashing the store in Walmart
Right.
and
Walmart, yeah.
kicking her grandma, and she
Mhm.
picked up a pot. Like, customers were getting involved because it was
Yeah.
so bad.
Yeah. And I for one, if it was me,
Call the cops on the kid. For goodness sakes, they can't do anything anyway.
well,
They just let people loot. And
I think it's funny because we will allow one snack when we go to the store with our great niece. And from what I've heard, she, for her mom, she kind of acts up for her mom a little bit while in the store. Well, that's, yeah, just yeah.
I'm gonna laugh. Somebody
Uh-huh.
is watching this.
Anyway,
Just saying.
but she acts out,
I still love you all.
because she knows how much she can get away with her mom. Yet when aunt or uncle take her to the store, boom, boom, boom.
Oh, kind of like
she
kind of like food time.
right. She behaves so well.
It's amazing what
Because
that
she
kid will eat
knows-
when I'm around. I'll tell you what.
Oh yeah. Well, she behaves so well because she knows that at the end, she's really good.
Then she'll
She
get something.
She gets to pick out herself. She gets to pick out one snack.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever she wants, she can have.
But she has to be
Just
good the
have
whole
it.
time.
But she has to be good the whole time.
Yep.
And we reward positive behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You reinforce
When
that
my
behavior.
kids would act out in a store,
Uh,
if I had already let them pick out something,
right.
of course I did that when they were really little like her, but when they got a little bit older and, well, can I have this? If they acted out while we were in the store, you put it back.
Right.
Oh, but no buts.
No. I'm not going.
Butts are for sitting.
Yeah. Well, you're not going to reinforce negative behavior.
No.
That's condoning and
Discipline does not mean that you have to spank your kid every time they do
No,
something that irritates you.
it means you talk to them and you let them know that behavior is
I was
wrong
spanked as a
and
kid.
why.
But spanking was a last resort.
Yeah. Very last resort.
There was a look over the glasses.
Yeah. Yep. First you got talked to. Please stop. I told you to stop.
And
You're
even
not stopping.
explaining
Come
why,
here. And then you got this.
Mm-hmm. And my dad didn't even move his glasses. He just looked. Love you, Dad. He still does it.
But that's we need more of today. In today's society. We need to reinforce those positive behaviors. We need to stop looking at our phones. We need to stop looking at our tablets.
Pay attention.
What have you? We need to go back to
To your
focusing
children.
on the children.
Pay attention to your
Because
children.
we, as parents, are the primary teachers.
Parents, grandparents,
We,
aunts,
as
uncles,
parents,
big
have the
brothers.
responsibility is to let
Especially-
them know what behavior is good or bad.
If you're a much older sibling. Okay, I had much older siblings.
Right.
The youngest of the two was 9 years older than me. And she turned out to be actually the most irresponsible of all of us. But I guess they can't all be winners.
Right.
1 out of 4 in this day and age in town. That's not so bad. So, but my oldest sister, she was 15 years older than me. Or almost 15 years older.
Right.
14 in a couple months. Something like that. Anyway. And she was like a secondary parent. And frankly, still is. Because she has always had that advice and wisdom to give. She's always had my back, But simultaneously, she's still just my sister. So there's a certain level of comfort when you're talking to an older sibling. That you can, sorry to say it, but there are things that you can share with your older siblings that you don't feel like you can share with your parents yet.
Right.
So you go to your older siblings for advice in order to know how to approach that conversation with your parents, if it came to it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, older siblings are just as important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And in some ways, more important if there's not certain parents around. Like, say, okay, a little girl, she's got an older brother, quite a few years older than her, but she doesn't have a daddy in the home. Who's going to be her male influence? Big brother.
Yeah.
So, I was lucky I had my dad and my grandpa, and even when they weren't around, my cousin was around a lot,
Right.
But not everybody has that. And all kids, no matter what their gender is, are they girl or are they boy, it doesn't matter. They need a strong, confident male influence in their life.
Yeah, they do. And a lot of people are going to say, well, what about single parents? And yeah, single parents can do that. They're playing double duty though.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing both, Because
But
I
the
was a
thing
single
is-
parent for a while, and I had to play not only the masculine,
Mhm. Strong figure.
strong figure. I had to play the feminine,
That
caring
was a little
figure.
more compassionate and understanding.
Yeah. So I had to do both.
Mhm.
It was
My dad did both for pretty much all my life because
right.
I love my mom. Don't get me wrong, but after a certain age, she just didn't really understand how to deal with, the independence that we had.
Right.
So it was a little tough for her. She wanted us to keep being her little babies that just did what they were told and, wear dresses. Sorry, Mom. Okay, she didn't expect my brother to wear this, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
So, my point being, though, is that a strong male influence is always important.
Right.
And unfortunately, it does show in kids, male or female, whether or not they had a male influence or a strong masculine influence.
Right.
Because, well, girls, unfortunately, they tend to be uncontrollable when they haven't been raised with a strong male influence
Right.
to respect them. That showed them what it meant for a man to respect them.
Right. How to treat them, what is acceptable
So,
behavior, what's
their
not acceptable
confidence
behavior
level
towards them. Right.
And their self-esteem level
Right.
is, for girls, it is so low. It is so low. It's low for boys, too.
Right.
But for girls, it really shows outwardly.
Right.
Whereas boys, they keep it all in the inside. And it tends to come out in bursts of anger. So, what do we do about it? I guess that's the question here. I think the biggest thing is learn to talk to your kids and just have a real conversation with them. Don't talk at them.
No.
Don't preach to them or, for lack of a better term, bitch to them,
Right.
nag them, so on and so forth. Don't lecture them. After a certain age, they want to be respected as an individual. That doesn't mean you have to treat them like an adult. But you need to respect that they have their own way of thinking. They have their own way of doing things. Their own way of understanding things and interpreting things. And speak to those things. And as a parent, you are the best person to understand what those quirks are.
Right.
So, even as a single parent, it's up to you to figure out how to talk to your kid. How to talk to them.
Yeah.
Not talk at them,
Right.
but talk to them and with them.
Yes. With
Especially when they get to an age where, they're really wanting to be an adult. They're really not
Right.
ready, but they want to be an adult.
yeah.
So we're talking like 16 to, and girls, it happens sooner,
Yeah.
Girls, it starts at like 14,
Right.
but up until they're, through 18, 19 years old. But talk to them like they're a responsible
Yeah.
adult. Like they have that capability. Don't talk down to them.
No.
I see parents do it all the time. It drives me nuts.
One of the things that I did that I found works really well is I was honest.
Yes. And
was
your
honest.
kids know when you are lying to them.
Yeah.
They know.
Oh yeah. But I was always honest with them.
Mm-hmm.
And they asked me a question, I'd answer the question. Or I'd ask them if they really wanted to know.
Yeah.
And if they really wanted to know, then I'd answer them truthfully. I'd rather learn it from me, their primary teacher, than learn it on the street or from somebody else and get a misconception
Along that subject, okay, my kids asked me about certain drugs quite a while back, and they were
Right.
way too young for me to really go into a lot of detail about
Right.
it, but I gave them the basics and how it affects the body.
Right.
and the fact that it is sweat out through the pores, and therefore someone using it, it will get on you when you hug them or touch them.
Right.
And I wasn't gonna lie to them about it, you know,
Right.
or about the truth about people that use it.
Right.
However, telling them the truth, even at a young age,
Mm.
allowed them to make their own judgment, their
Right.
own decision. And just tell them flat out, just give them the facts.
Yeah.
That's all they're asking for when they're like,
Yeah.
well, why?
Why? When they ask
They just
why,
want the facts.
They just want to know why.
Kids are actually, yes,
Inquisitive.
well,
They're
and they
naturally
actually have an interest in logic.
Right.
They want to know why things work.
Right.
Why does this do that the way that it does? Because if they can understand the logic of it, then they can approach it with their emotions.
Well, see,
You know what I mean?
most parents give up after, and I've noticed this over time. Most parents, they'll teach their kids, hey, this square block goes in the square hole. The circular block goes in the circular hole, and the triangle goes
But
in the
did they ever
triangle.
teach them that if the circumference
Right.
is changed, that you can fit it in there?
Right. That's true.
Space be had, but
What parents stop doing, though, is they stop teaching them why.
because we end up, as parents, we end up
Relying
relying
too much.
on the schools and the teachers to
Right.
teach our kids these things.
Right.
And eventually we just sort of stop,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I don't believe in public education.
No,
Because it's not really education,
it's indoctrination.
especially now.
Yes.
But
Public
it has always been,
indoctrination.
really, it has always been indoctrination. This goes way, way back. And if you want to know some of the weird history on that, go to Really Graceful on YouTube.
Yeah.
She does an amazing job, and I would rather you guys go and watch her videos than us to do reactions or, you know.
Right.
But I'll give her a shout out because I love her channel, and I've been following her since like 2020.
Good deal.
And
deal.
she's the one that put out that encyclopedia.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stuff, man.
All right. Anyway, let's get back to here. Senate GOP walkout protest over dim rule violation. There we go.
Sorry, I was looking at something. So we just want to bring this up real quick.
And we'll put a link in the description
'Cause
below where you can find this information.
Here in Oregon, it is a very hot topic among those that are paying attention.
Right.
Let me go over here.
Where you looking for?
Let's see, actually. Come on, you. Done. No, I know what I need to do.
What you gotta do.
Sorry, everyone. This is what
Right.
happens on. Whoops.
What happens on live episodes?
Yep.
You never know what's gonna
What
happen.
happens on. Okay, I just wanted to go to this so I could put this in the live chat at least.
Yes.
And then I'll add it to the description later. But if you guys want to check out this article, we really just want to bring up the subject. Senate GOP walkout protest over Dem rule violation. On May 3rd, several senators, most of them Republican, did not show up to the morning floor session in the Capitol. So, why is this a problem, Butch?
Why is this a problem? Well, because they need
Oh.
so many people.
I forgot to share the screen. Sorry, guys. There
Sorry.
it is.
There we go. Why is it a problem? It's because they need so many people to be present
Mm-hmm.
to be able to vote on certain bills. And not enough people are present.
then they can't vote on the
Then
bill,
they can't
therefore it
vote.
does not pass.
Right.
But if enough people are there,
Then the majority,
even if those people do not vote,
right, or even if they did vote, the majority would still win.
the majority would still win.
And they would get their
So,
way.
which,
Now, this is a way for both Democrats and Republicans
yes,
to halt legislation that
for
they think
any
is
parties that
right.
happen to be there, it is a way for them to say,
Right.
no, we, period, no,
Right,
at all.
right. And instead of having an open, when I say open, I mean public debate.
I
on the
think
issue,
there's
the
a
merits
lot of,
the legislation, then it shouldn't go through.
I think there's a lot of things around bills that needs to be changed. Making it harder for bills to really be a thing.
Right.
Or maybe just simply make it where the people have to vote on that bill.
You know, that, I think that's a good idea. Let's get the people to vote. Let's, it
Because
affects
yes,
them.
they are our representatives.
Spider
You don't eat much.
box. Going up, search my jacket.
Oh. What spider?
I really don't freak out over spiders. This one just happened to have a leather jacket and a tattoo that said "Mom." He just seemed pretty cool at first until he
He's a little
pulled out
jumpy,
the
though.
knife and asked me for my wallet. Slapped me around a couple times.
He was real jumpy,
Took
though.
my watch and my wallet.
I think he was one of them.
Took off on this little 8-legged motorcycle.
Okay. Anyway, so the point being here is that it is a way for people who represent certain parties or, groups of people that we have elected.
Right.
It is a way for them, as our representative, to say no. The
Right.
people are not going to be okay with this,
Right.
and we are not going to give you the chance to vote on it.
Right.
It needs to be rewritten,
Mm-hmm.
whatever the case may be.
Right. Or there should be debate on it instead of it just being presented to be voted upon that day.
That's a good idea.
Mm,
I like it a lot.
I like that a lot.
It should be debated. Actually, I really
Yeah.
like that idea. So, what if it was debated upon
Mm-hmm.
in that state? So, like, all
Right.
local news outlets would play it at whatever time, just
Right.
like they do with the presidential stuff.
Yeah,
There's no reason why not.
exactly.
It's on Channel 10 News at 5.
Right.
We'll be
Well,
having the debate,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like they do with anything else.
Oh, yeah.
And then the people, they could do it in podcast form where the people can go on there, join us live on YouTube, and you can put in your 2 cents.
Or most people have a cell phone that they can go ahead
Or
and-
they can send in a text to whatever.
Right, and only one text per number.
Mm-hmm.
So,
So that people can send in their questions and comments and
right.
so on and so forth.
Yeah.
Or they could say, call this hotline or whatever. There's so many different ways that they could do that part of it,
Yeah.
Anyways. I was going somewhere with that. Anyway, that way they get the people's, live input.
Right.
And then the
They could-
representatives.
Mm-hmm. And that's the
Can-
representatives, or is let the representatives show the people that they're in there fighting for them, fighting and representing them as a people and what their wants and needs and desires
Mm-hmm.
for their community.
What's so wrong with that?
Oh wait, that
There
makes too much
needs
sense.
to be different ways that
sounds
the
too much like
people
a constitutional
are more
republic.
involved, and not just like us getting ourselves involved, but
Right.
there needs to be ways where it includes the people.
Yeah.
Make it interactive, shall we say?
Most definitely.
Where people want to be part of it.
Yeah.
They're invited to be part of it. You know?
Right.
Just like we do with stupid other TV shows, American Idol or whatever. You know? If they can do it for American Idol, why can't they do it for what we actually believe in? Putting that out there. Anyway, that was just one subject that we kind of wanted to bring up. This was really a spontaneous.
Yeah. You know, we have an agreement here on our chat
Oh, good.
that
I like agreement.
yes, preventing a quorum is one of the few measures that a minority has to prevent bills that they oppose from passing when they don't have enough representation. So, and I agree. That's what we have. But
Yes.
now they voted because the Democrats have been in control for so long. They believe that they're going to try and force the hand, even though Democrats themselves have used it in the past.
Many, 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 many times.
Many times. And if you don't believe me, look it up, research it, do your own, ask your questions, do your own research, do your own thinking. Don't let me think for you. I'm nobody.
We're not talking heads. We're just citizens of the United States of America.
Yeah, voicing what a lot of us believe.
That's why this channel is called Uncommon Sense, because we are, uncommon YouTubers.
Yeah, very uncommon.
We're average Joes, as they might say.
Yeah, just
I mean, look at our subscribe status. Come on, guys. Shoot.
And we thank each and every one of our subscribers. We thank each and every one of our viewers.
But I do want to encourage everybody, if there's something that you like in our video, you're welcome to clip it out and share it with your friends.
Right.
And whatever, because that's what the whole point of this is.
Yeah.
Is to share information with each other and to encourage one another, because
just as long as I don't
we're never
some weird meme, I don't care.
We've talked about this. We're never getting anywhere on YouTube.
No.
In the long run.
No.
The people that subscribe to us are people that we either know personally or we know through a certain outlet.
Right.
Right? That we have introduced to our podcast in some way, shape, or form. Right?
Right.
So, without sharing our stuff,
yeah,
it's not going to get out there.
Right.
So if you guys do want to help us grow the channel,
right.
Like, I don't care about making money off it, but I want us to be able to find a sort of community of like-minded people that can all speak civilly with one another and hang out once a week. And
Constitution. That believes in the Bill of Rights.
And the freedom of speech and freedom of bearing arms and the freedom of communication and the freedom of transportation and all the other Asians.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's like, and Billy's been talking to me about doing this now for about a year and a half, and I thought about doing it, but maybe doing some First Amendment audit videos, some reactions to those, and what I'm a firm believer in, and if they did it correctly.
And sometimes kind of helping explain it, because some of those videos, if you don't really know what's going on, it's confusing.
Yeah. And I'll try and bring up.
If you don't fully understand
on each and every one of them.
Yeah.
So, but I might do that in the future. But
when it comes to actually like growing our channel, I don't see that happening anytime soon. This is really more just like a way for us to vent our feelings and thoughts
to get things
in a healthy manner, you know, and a place for other people to come and listen and learn with us and
question with us. Learn together.
And eventually maybe we'll do some things on a different channel I have that would bring in a more entertainment aspect, but that's a little ways down the road, and it'll be a whole different thing. It's not going to be like this.
Exactly.
Yeah. So.
All right.
Anyway, I think that's all about down to there. Thanks for hanging out with us. Those few people that did, and those that
we salute you.
Hang out with us later. We salute you also. And if you made it this far, You're a champion. Thank you for
Thank you.
letting us bore you today.
And till next time, don't believe the nonsense and
Stay uncommon.